Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel. In this video, we are going to see long channel IV characteristics and non-ideal IV effects from the subject VLSI design. So first let us see ideal IV characteristics. It is also called as long channel IV characteristics. So already we have seen there are three regions of operation. The first one is cutoff or subthreshold region, then linear region, and the third one is saturation region. So in ideal IV characteristic, the another name is called as long channel, ideal, first order or Shockley model. So these are called as ideal IV characteristics of MOS transistor. So here two assumptions are made. The first assumption is the channel length is considered as long, and also through the off transistor there is no current flow. That is, the current through an off transistor is assumed to be zero. So these are the two assumptions made in ideal IV characteristics of MOS transistor model. So already we have seen the characteristics of the three regions. So in linear and saturation region, the gate attracts the carrier to form a channel. So a channel is formed between source and drain. So this is your source and this is your drain and this is your gate. So in between the source and drain there is a channel formed. So here the gate, then below the gate we are having gate oxide, that is SiO2 layer, then below that we are having channel. So this acts as a capacitor, parallel plate capacitor. This is the first plate, then in between the plate we are having the SiO2 insulating material, then here we are having channel. So this also acts as a parallel plate capacitor. Now let us see what is the channel charge. So we know charge Q is equal to C into V. C is the capacitance and V is the potential difference voltage. So in this channel the charge is Q channel equal to Cg into VGC minus VT. Here Cg is the gate capacitance and VGC is the gate to channel voltage minus threshold voltage. Now here by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, you will be getting VGD equal to VGS minus VDS. So VGS is the gate to source voltage and VDS is the drain to source voltage. Now transistor dimensions. So this is the length of the channel. So it is indicated by capital L. Then width is indicated by capital W. Then oxide thickness is indicated as Tox. Therefore the gate capacitance is given by Cg equal to Cox into W into L. So Cox is nothing but epsilon ox divided by Tox, that is called as Cox. Next, carrier velocity. So carrier velocity, the charges will moving with a particular velocity. So that velocity is called as carrier velocity. It is given by V is equal to mu into E. E is the electric field. So V is equal to mu E. Mu is the mobility. Therefore E is equal to VDS by L. Potential difference V divided by length L. Also the time for which carrier to cross the channel is T is equal to L divided by V. Now the drain to source current is equal to Q channel divided by T. Already we have calculated what is the value for Q channel. Now we have to substitute it here. Finally we will be getting it is equal to beta into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 the whole into VDS. So this is the drain to source current in linear region. Now in saturation region, we know in saturation region VGD is less than VT. Therefore the channel pinch off near the drain. So the drain current IDS is equal to beta into VGS minus VT minus VD sat divided by 2 into VD sat. So that is beta by 2 into VGS minus VT the whole square. So now let us summarize it. So IDS is equal to 0 in cutoff region. Then IDS is equal to beta into VGT minus VDS by 2 into VDS in linear region, and IDS is equal to beta by 2 into VGT square in saturation region. Here VGT is nothing but VGS minus VT. So we should remember this formula, that is drain current in various regions. So this is the IV characteristics of NMOS transistor and this is the IV characteristics for PMOS transistor. Next, let us see what is non-ideal IV effects. So ideally we have assumed that in ideal IV characteristics there is no current flow when the transistor in off state, but practically there will be some leakage current. So these will definitely affect the flow of current between the source and drain. So these effects are called as second order effects or non-ideal IV effects. So the non-ideal IV effects are short channel effects, channel length modulation, mobility degradation, velocity saturation, body effect, back gate effect. It is otherwise called as back gate effect. Then leakage current effects, subthreshold conduction, gate tunneling, reverse bias diode current, that is junction leakage. So from the name itself we have to understand what is short channel effect, what is channel length modulation, like that. First let us see short channel effects. In order to improve the performance of the transistors or ICs, the transistors are scaled into very small size. So the number of transistors packed into a single IC is more. So as the transistor size decreases, automatically the channel size gets decreased. So due to this short channel there will be some effects. So that is called as short channel effect. So channel length modulation. So modulation means changing. So here as we keep on increasing VDS, the region for which the inversion charge is 0 keeps on increasing for a constant value of VGS maintained. So the channel gets decreased. So this is called as channel length modulation. So here the channel gets pinched off near the drain. So automatically the channel length gets decreased. The next, mobility degradation or surface scattering. So normally the electrons will travel from source to drain in a straight path, but here due to the lateral electric field the electrons get scattered here and there before reaching the drain. So this is called as mobility degradation or surface scattering. So mobility means automatically the speed of the charge carrier gets reduced because of this scattering effect. So this is called as mobility degradation. Velocity saturation. So at high lateral electric field strength, the carrier velocity ceases to increase linearly with field strength. So this is called as velocity saturation. So this is linear, then at the velocity saturation, the velocity gets saturated. Body effect or backgate effect. So in ideal characteristics, we will be assuming that source and body both are connected to ground. But practically, when we connect more number of transistors together, the source of one transistor will be connected to the nearby transistor. So it will not be connected to the ground. So due to that, there will be some effect. So this is called as body effect. So this body effect will affect the threshold voltage of the MOSFET. Leakage current effect. So leakage current effect means when the transistor is in off state, there should be no current, but due to this leakage, there will be some current flow. So this is called as leakage current effect. Sub-threshold conduction. So from the name itself, you can understand sub-threshold conduction. So for each and every transistor, there is a threshold voltage. Above the threshold voltage only, there will be conduction. But for some transistors, there will be conduction below the threshold voltage. This is due to the leakage effect. So this is called as sub-threshold conduction. So this happens because for the subthreshold region, the substrate near the oxide interface is in weak inversion. Then gate tunneling. Normally the gate oxide will be thick. Okay. So if you are reducing the size of the transistor, automatically we are reducing the size of the gate oxide also, that is SiO2 layer thickness. So as the thickness is reduced, the charge carriers will be tunneling through this gate oxide. So this effect called as gate tunneling. Then reverse bias diode current or junction leakage. So here there will be source region, drain region, then in between the drain and the body there will be a PN junction diode. Similarly, in between the source and the body there will be a PN junction diode. So normally these diodes are in reverse bias condition. But in reverse bias condition there should be no current flow in ideal case, but in practically there will be some leakage current. So this is called as junction leakage. Now let us see some important multiple choice questions with answers. So first question, ideal IV characteristics of MOSFET model is also known as. So ideal IV characteristics, it is otherwise called as long channel, first order as well as Schottky. Therefore the answer is option D, all of the above. Next question. The long channel model assumes that the current through an off transistor. So long channel is nothing but ideal IV characteristics. So here we are assuming through the current through an off transistor is 0. Therefore answer is 0. Next question. The charge in the MOSFET channel is given by Q channel is equal to CG, Q channel equal to CG into VGC, Q channel equal to CG into VGC minus VT, and Q channel equal to CG into VT. So the correct answer is option C, CG into VGC minus VT. Next question. Each carrier in the channel is accelerated to an average velocity v. So velocity v is given by v is equal to mu into E. So this is the correct answer. Here mu is the mobility and E is the electric field. Next question. If VDS is greater than VDSAT and it is equivalent to VGT, the channel is no longer inverted in the vicinity of the drain. So this is called as channel pinch off. Next question. Long channel MOS transistors are said to exhibit dash behavior in saturation. So long channel MOS transistor exhibits square law behavior in saturation. Next question. For MOSFET to be used as a switch, then it must operate in, so switch means on state as well as off state. So for off state we need cutoff region and for on state we need triode region, linear region. Therefore the answer is option D, both cutoff and triode region. Next question. In saturation region of the MOSFET, the saturation current is option A, independent of the voltage difference between the source and drain, depends directly on the voltage difference between source and drain, depends directly on the overdriving voltage, depends directly on the voltage supplied to the gate terminal. The correct answer is option A, independent of the voltage difference between source and the drain. Next question. The dash of a MOSFET is affected by the voltage which is applied to the back contact. So back contact means body effect. Therefore, which will be get affected? The threshold voltage. So answer is option A. Next question. At dash, the drain current is no longer related to the VGS by square law relationship. So here The correct answer is option C, velocity saturation. Then next question. As the thickness of gate oxide is reduced, the charge carriers tunnel through the gate oxide. So this is called as gate tunneling. I hope you all have understood the concepts. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.